Alright, so in this video, I hope I get as deep as I'm trying to get here, because I'm trying to make a strong point in regards to religion. I grew up in South America. No, it's Central America. And I grew up Catholic. So there's certain beliefs that are embedded in me, and no, I don't want to erase them. I don't see a problem with them. Those were good values to grow up by, okay? However, I don't claim today being religious, because there's certain things in religion that I don't understand. Right? No disrespect to any religious people out there. No disrespect whatsoever. I know Christianity. There's other religions that I look from the outside, and I think they're disciplined and I respect them. But here it is, my concern, okay? This is one of my concerns. When I was about 9 years old, I used to, there was this lady that she had like a Sunday school in her house, and so I attended Sunday school at her house. And one of the things that I remember that she taught us about was about Sodom and Gomorrah. She taught us about Lot's wife, how she turned into a statue of salt. Whatever, I hope I'm not saying it backward, because I'm Spanish and I remember learning it in Spanish, alright? A salt statue. I also did like my first communion and all that, and I also remember about this phrase. I don't know at what point in my life I learned this, but it was about the devil roams the earth, right? As I was growing up, it didn't seem fair to me. And here's my confusion going into it. When I first heard the devil roams the earth, of course I'm a kid, I'm young, that's scary. Then the punishment was, the story is that the devil was one of the 12 disciples, and he turned against, he was envious or jealous of God's power and how everybody praised him, and he turned against him. His punishment is to roam the earth forever and never rest in peace. I know I could have said it better, but you get the idea. So I've always wondered, where is he, right? Because, when you're young, you're like, oh, your mind might wonder, like, okay. So I had always had this spirituality about me, that I knew there were unanswered questions in the world of spirituality, whether it's religion or anything else, right? Then, growing up, I learned that people can do voodoo and brujeria, that's what we called it. Really horrible things, and make you walk on all fours, and I've heard those stories, okay? One time, a story about a man, he left his one woman and he was getting married to another woman, and she said, if the moment that you said I do, you're gonna turn into a monkey. And this was told to me by one of my aunts when I was a child. And she said they were just coming from the wedding, and they were all like wow, like, they all looked like they'd seen something freaky. And the kids were home with, I don't know who we were home with, and they told us a story that he said I do, and he turned into a monkey. He started walking like a monkey or whatever. And I was like, what? And that's the story we always knew. And my whole family talks about it, that they were all there at the wedding. So, growing up, in my life, I always wonder if, you see, I remember it to now, when I'm in my 40s, right? How can people have the power to do such evil? Now that I'm older and I know a little bit more about spirituality, now it makes even less sense to me. Why would the devil not, okay, so people get killed and then they die, right? Why does he get to roam the earth forever, right? I know I sound, hold on, give me a minute. It's like, why would you, for example, leave your children around a beast, a vicious dog, animal, or something like that? That's how I feel about it. Which tells me that there are unanswered questions about the word. Which is why I don't jump to say that I'm religious and I believe every single word in the Bible. Those kind of things confuse me. And I'll bet you if I ask a whole lot of religious leaders, they will read a bunch of scriptures to me, but they would not directly answer that question. Which tells you that I've always been spiritual. I've always been on my path to spirituality. The more you grow, okay? That's the commercial. It speaks for itself. So now, all these things that happened to me before the gang stalking and I actually started feeling targeted, there were a lot of little things that happened to me in my life. I've said it in a lot of my videos. I've mentioned certain people in my family, when they come around, certain bad things happen. And the people around me that really loved me and cared about me, we could be 3 years deep and all of a sudden they turned their back on me. I didn't know what that was all about. Today I understand. The devil roams the earth. The devil might tempt you with certain things. And if you are a strong character, you have a mind of your own, and let's say a little bit angelic, and you believe in having moral values, there were a lot of times that opportunity not to you turn away from your beliefs, and you turned it down. That goes for that goes for a lot of you who have been targeted. That's why you think it's been happening to you all your life. Okay. So if the devil is roaming the earth and he's doing these type of things, the devil, remember the energy, okay? That kind of spirit, that kind of malignant spirit cannot convince you of the things that you already convinced yourself of. You know what makes sense and what doesn't make any sense. And you know right from wrong. I want to look up my note here. And you know right from wrong. And if something doesn't feel good to you, there's no money in the world that can convince you to turn into a devil. But there are people with low self-worth, low self-esteem, and all they want is to be part of some type of group. Might not have been their life dream, but it's like, oh, I'm going to be part of a group. I'm going to be accepted. People is going to like me, and I'm going to make money. We all are motivated by money. But a lot of us choose how to make our money. We can't be easily convinced. Like, you're not going to tell me to volunteer to degrade myself so I can make $2,000 a night. Degrade my body. Then I'm nothing. So yeah, that little evil spirit would follow me around. You know, somebody try to make you sleep, if you're a guy, sleep with a young lady. Young girl, but she's 16, and you said, no, that's not, Joe, I don't do that. Somebody try to introduce you to the life of drugs or some type of, you know, but money wasn't, and you turned it down. There were opportunities for you to turn the other way, and you turned it down, so you became enemy of this type of spirit. Now, you put it in whatever words you want to. There are people who know exactly how to say. I'm just keeping it simple. A friend of mine told me a long time ago, it's like, I was doing some type of graphics. You know, I was doing a business card, and I just came out of school, so I'm just trying to make it look all pretty. And he was like, you know, what you doing? And I was like, nah, I'm trying to fix this. He was like, yeah, that look really nice, but they only pay such and such, and you'll be surprised how people would appreciate things more if you just keep it simple. So I live by that. Not everything, some things, some people would be specific and tell you, make it sophisticated, and then you know you got to go all out, and then they got to pay that money. But point is, keep it simple, and more people can understand me, okay, right? It could be a therapist right now listening to me and be like, because I'm keeping it simple. This is for everybody. So now, this is one reason why you would be picked on, because you cannot be convinced to be that demon, to operate the way they operate. But there are a lot of people, like I said, who have low self-worth, low self-esteem. They don't even know who they are. They're just glad to be part of something. They could be remote control. And when I say remote control, that means that other people are telling them what to think and what to do and how to act and how to interpret something that is happening. We probably, I know I am not. We are probably not that. So when we think that they're attacking us and hurting us, they are attacking these other empty, simple-minded people, empty vessels. They're attacking them. And that's why we feel so overwhelmed, because there's a lot of them and there's just one of us. Most of the target individual videos that and I've been a lot because I've been watching this since 2017, like the end of 2017, pretty much got, similar stories, type of moral standards they live by. So that would be a problem for someone like in my 40s. Another 40-something-year-old woman told me that I was goody two-shoes. And I was like, I take it. I thought that was only a thing that children say to each other, to convince you to do something. Oh, you so scared that your mother's going to beat you. You goody two-shoes. You don't want to go to a party. Oh, you so da-da-da. When you're older and you have a mind like mine, when you say that, you're just a hater. That's all. You didn't say nothing strong, but that's what she told me. And she was 40-something. But because I don't live the way she lives and I don't do the things she does, and basically being around me, she felt uncomfortable because she couldn't be herself. But I didn't tell her to act, to pretend to be a different person around me. That was what she chose to do. And obviously it was hard for her to live a straight and narrow life, But I didn't force her to. She was pretending to be someone else only because she didn't see me do the dirty things her and her friends do. She even told me that I'm different than her other friends, meaning that she said that I said, how? She's like, you're strong. I know what she meant. Like, I have a mind of my own. I can make my own decisions. I don't need, my husband, my children, and my friends and my other family members to tell me what to think. So she saw me as very strong. So I think that's where the envy came from. Just being myself. I'm sorry if that makes you feel weaker. But wasn't. God bless me. And I wish that all these people that are messed up like that, I wish that I could just snap my finger and make them strong too, and make them stand up for themselves and stuff like that, but we can't, right? And okay, so let me continue now. We have these people feel special by being included in these demonic groups, right? And they take on these title positions in companies, in government, in the church. Everywhere you turn doctors on, they become doctors. And you have to deal with all these individuals. So when you think that somebody puts something on you, they put something on them. And they're everywhere. So yes, they might be calling them and texting them. We got the next person. She's going in an orange color shirt and some new hair, black glasses. And they start their bullshit. In the next video, I'm going to tell you a list of things that I've experienced from day one. Like, I'm going to give you details. I'm not just going to like generalize it and call it street theater or whatever. I'm just going to give you details. This is why wherever we go, in my opinion, why they know where we're going to be at and all that, because there's these people, poor thing, they just want to be part of some group and they don't care if they have somebody telling them how to breathe. But this is a part you got to think about. What if they decide they don't want to do it? If they decide they don't want to do that anymore, think about what are the consequences for them. They might have consequences. Because, like I mentioned before, this guy, John Ramirez, he says that he takes over entire communities. Like a whole neighborhood, a whole block, a whole area, right? And And that there's a lot of people that got mental issues. They got low self-esteem. They just want to be part of something. They feel alone, lonely. Some people are just bored. Some people are just plain old evil. And once they sign up to do this, maybe they just can't get out. Maybe if they get out, what we're getting is nothing compared to what they're going to get. Those are all the things that you have to think about. So, you know, I don't know the right words. I'm really raw. So when I talk, I try not to use certain words, but I don't know. I'm trying to say something here. It's like you're the stronger one because they're the ones that let themselves be manipulated for money. And I know it's like money is the root of all evil. No, it's not. We all like money and we all like it a lot and we all wish we had more, even when we have a lot. But that obsession with money, that love for money, that you will do anything for it, now there's a problem. All right, I don't know what I'm gonna name this video because I think I mentioned a few things, but I'll know once I watch it again and I'm editing it. Like, share, subscribe, tell me what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.